Hey guys, and welcome back to another Despicable Groove video. In this one, we will be going into the world of Roblox, specifically in the game NPC Or Die, a game where you take the role as a sheriff or a criminal. The criminals must blend in with the other NPCs and mindlessly walking around the map and do tasks without sheriffs noticing them. If the criminals fill up the taskbar all the way, they win. But the sheriffs must hunt down the criminals and stop them from completing tasks. But they can't shoot the innocent NPCs. They have 3 lives, and if the sheriff shoots an innocent, they'll lose a life. So it's up to them to figure out who's a criminal and who's not. There's a little more depth to it than that, but I won't cover it as today. I want to take a look at the game's maps. These locations are pretty important to the game, like most other maps like this in-game, as they can affect the layout, your strategy, and the tasks you do. All of these maps have a unique charm and feel for one another, which really makes a good game with a fun concept even better. It also helps that most of the maps are good and fun to play on. There are only a couple that are just alright, but which are the best of the selection? That's why today I picked my 5 favorite maps to talk about them, why they are so good, and to see which is my favorite NPC Or Die map. These maps will be based off their layouts, unique feel/environments, and how fun they are to play. Their visuals and how good they look also might play a small factor here, and of course, this is all just my opinion. With that, let's get into the top 5. 5. Prison. Starting things off, we have the prison map, which is one of the more earlier maps to be added as NPC Or Die. This map contains the usual prison areas, which include jail cells, cafeteria, a kitchen, and an outdoor yard. It also does a good job truncating these areas into a sizable map, but it leads me into my first negative, which is that the map feels a bit too small and could have maybe used another room or two. And the map isn't super beginner friendly as well, as the area with the jail cells and outdoor yard can be pretty easy to get caught in if you're lucky, even with the escape vents attached to these areas. But speaking of the vents, it leads me to talking about the positives of the map, which include solid and sneaky vent placements. I already mentioned the way a prison could turn into a solidly sizable map, but it also has the prison feel matched well. It includes tasks like breaking card swipes and lifting weights. With all of this topped with the unique layouts, the prison map manages to make it into the top 5 of this list. I would imagine newer players not liking it as much since the map can be more tricky to master in general, but this in a slightly small layout don't really ruin the experience for me. Not bad. 4. Rail Yard. This map's layout is pretty interesting to start. It definitely is a lot more linear compared to most maps, with more linear branching paths and about one openish area, which isn't necessarily bad, as the game handles this pretty well. It makes the sheriffs be more careful, as they have to manage multiple areas and paths at a time, and can make good use of a few vantage points littered across the map. The theme is also interesting to note too, as while nowadays it takes place in a more grassy environment, back in the day, when the game had a more western-focused theme and was called Wanted, it took place in a desert. But they changed it later on as the game got renamed to NPC Or Die, and it started slowly drifting away from the western theme, which kind of sucks, but I understand why they did that. Yeah, I'm gonna get myself. That's a story for another time. And even though the desert theme was cooler in concept, I like the look and feel of the grassier rail yard just a bit more. With all this said, I don't have too many complaints. We're already starting to get into the maps where we don't have much to say when it comes to negatives. Just that it can sometimes be a bit annoying to chase criminals as a sheriff, and there are a couple tasks that are in more trickier places. But with the epic rail yard theme and fitting tasks like buffering train stops and stealing gold from train cars, I'd say it deserves to be in the top 5. 3. Hospital. As of writing and recording this video, the hospital map is the most recent map to be added into the game, and it is another really good map to add to the pool of NPC Or Die areas. A standout here is the layout. It is another more unique one, with it being in a figure 8-ish design with an open dead-end-like area sticking out on one side, which can lead to interesting strategies and ways to tackle the game. Plus, the open dead-end-like area can be a bit annoying to deal with as a criminal, as it is with most dead ends in these maps, but it is a good spot to learn how to blend in with the NPCs better. Another thing that stands out to me about the layout is that it captures the hospital theme well, and it's even kind of close to my doctor's offices when I have to go there for a checkup, so that's a big plus. Now, the dead-end-like area I even bring up is also the reception office. The map also feels like a hospital with its details and coordinated color design. The tasks fit too, with stuff like messing with weight scales, but the map also contains some of the funniest tasks in the games, such as going into a padded room with a rat, the game telling you that you're not crazy, and signing someone's name under Joe Mama. These show that the game has a sense of humor not seen too much, which adds to the game's charm. One final thing I want to mention is that vents are great to use for sneaky traversal and mesh well with getting around the figure 8-ish layout. My only real complaint is that the one dead-ish area, like I mentioned, but that's about it. The hospital map is pretty great, but these next two maps are definitely S-tier bangers. 2. Hotel. This map, along with Classic Town, are the only maps left that really match the game's previous theme, so that's a place to start. The map looks nice, and does a great job matching a fancy Western hotel, with many details and good scenery choices. Plus, the tasks involve doing things like ringing the bell at the front desk and messing with an oven. But the layout and locations will take the map all the way to the list. There are many locations to explore, particularly the front desk area, kitchen, dining area, bathroom, vault, stage area with a backstage, and the hotel rooms themselves, which is found on the ground floor. The upper floor has less, but still has a mini bar and more hotel rooms to explore. All this stuff crammed into one sizable map that has a nice layout is pretty shocking to see, and it's pulled off well. Plus, it's a good size, as the dining room area is big and expansive, allowing the rest of the map to be a good size and flow with it. Plus, of course, the unique layout allows for many strategies and intense gameplays, both critical and shared, such as the 2-floor mechanic, interesting vent placements, the sneaky backstage area, and more. A big map for sure, and definitely one of the game's best. Its only hindrance is the vault section, as to get there, you need to take a one-way narrow path. Luckily, there's only one task down there, but it's quite tricky to do, especially if an eagle-eyed sheriff is near that area, or if it's in the rush special game. It's definitely like the most fiendish dead end in the game. Other than that annoyance, the map is great and it's definitely a close second. And while this map used to be my favorite, classic map that got removed, but recently got brought back and updated heavily, it's now my new favorite. And if you play the game, I bet you know which map it is. 1. Mining Town. This, in my opinion, is the best NPC Or Die. Back when it used to be Western themed map, it was my second favorite map, Mining Town. But now I'd say it's my favorite map before it got vaulted for a few months. And it got updated to be even better. For starters, instead of a classic Western mining town, we have an Alaskan-like mining town, with it being snowy now. But little did I know that this was only a temporary change, and this is, in the script, back when I was writing this, literally yesterday, like the day before an update for NPC Or Die came out, the map was snowy. But I don't think developers ever told us this is a limited time thing, because, and there was a recent update, which got added as being recorded, and as of the time of this video coming out, should have released yesterday, but they removed the snow. I thought it would just be for the lobby. I thought the snow in the mining town would be permanent, but no, mining town's not grassy. And I'm annoyed because they could have at least waited until next week's update in order to remove the snow, but no, they decided to do it like right as I'm recording this video. They did it in between me writing the script and recording the voice lines, so it's not grassy. Not gonna lie, I actually kind of prefer both the desert and snowy theme compared to the grassy forestish. I mean, it's still nice, and I think it definitely is still number one, but it definitely still disappointing that it's just grass, and not gonna lie, it does make like the right pretty close first and second place between mining town and hotel even closer. But anyways, yeah, so if I ever mention anything about like snow or being like an Alaskan mining town kind of concept, ignore that, because yeah, it's already outdated. Anyways, back to the video. It does sting a tiny bit knowing that the Western theme keeps slowly going away, but I love the look of the winter set here, and the all-new map updates are awesome. I already mentioned the snow, but the motel building got changed to be better. There's a road set piece of cars on it that adds to the Alaska mining town vibes, and has a few other minor stuff here and there. But my favorite change is with the cave area. It used to be like the Vault Hotel, where it was kind of a death sentence if you had a task to do there as a criminal, especially if the sheriff was near that area or very eagle-eyed. But now there's another more sneaky entrance exit area, and while the cave area is still a bit tricky to be around, it's a lot better to do tasks in. It makes the map feel more interconnected. This, all on top of the OG layout being mostly intact, it being a great blend of open air and some linear-ish paths here and there, makes Mining Town a certified banger. My only complaint, especially with the recent map update, is that the map could be a bit bigger. 1 or 2 more small areas would have been nice, but it's a very minor complaint, as the map size is already fine enough. To me, Mining Town is the most fun map to play on, and in my opinion, it's the best NPC Or Die map. Well, that's all I have to say about my 5 favorite NPC Or Die maps. The locations you play in make the game even better. Even the worst maps in the game are just alright, not bad. And NPC Or Die is probably a top 10 Roblox game for me, to be honest. It was fun to go through the maps to absorb my 5 favorites, and talk to you guys about NPC Or Die in several locations. I hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure to like and subscribe. You don't have to. It helps out the channel a lot. Also, make sure to check out my Twitter. Link is in the description. And finally, check out some of my other content. It's pretty fire, I'd say. And that's all. Yeah, that's all I want to mention. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.